So I actually got asked if I would finish my review of the Wagner PCV valve. Can you believe that? Like somebody actually watches my videos. Um, so I was just going to make a quick video on it. I I don't remember in my last video if I had ended up with disabling. I think it's disabling the idle circuit. I think I mentioned before that I'm right on the edge of the vacuum limit for this at idle. I'm right at around 7 inches. They say if you're around 7 inches that you need to disable. I think, hold on a second. We'll find out because I can check. So yeah, I was wrong, as usual. It only runs on the idle circuit, so the cruise spring is taken out now. That's how you disable it. Um, so it hasn't stopped my oil leak, but some big blocks just the rear main just leaks in some of them, and it's hard to tell. It might have slowed it down a little bit. It certainly didn't fix it. This definitely is useful in the fact that most engines have 15 to 20 inches of vacuum at idle. I don't. Just inherent with a cam like this, it's ground on 110, so there's not a whole lot of vacuum at idle. You need to compensate for that, and I do think that this thing does that. I think that it helps with that. It definitely flows a lot more. This was pretty evident to me when I installed it because as soon as I installed it, I had to completely readjust my fuel injection because it was flowing so much more from here that it needed a lot less idle air control makeup. So what was happening was the IAC was closing all the way and it was still idling too high because it was mainly pulling through here. So I readjusted the throttle blades to be closed more so that it pulls some through the IAC still. So it definitely flows more. I'm noticing a lot less oil coming out of the breather on the other side, so that's good. I don't have a catch can on it. I was going to pull some plugs now that I've been driving it for a while and see if I'm using oil or not. It probably really does need a catch can. I've opened the line though. I mean, I'm not getting a bunch of oil coming out of the line here. Not that you necessarily would. I've looked down into the intake. It doesn't look like it's using a whole bunch of oil. These valve covers are baffled though. So on this particular one, the baffle is blocked on this side and comes this way, and it's kind of flanged. It's kind of flanged up on this side a little bit. So it's that helps a lot with oil consumption. I would definitely say if you've got valve covers that are not baffled underneath, you absolutely need a catch can because you're just going to be sucking the splash right through here, especially at the flow rate that this thing is at. And in the mode that I've got it, it's increased flow all the time. So I think my general review is, if I was going to, 1 to 5 stars, I'd probably give it a 3 or a 4. Yeah, I think 4 is probably fair. I think it's really well made. It's made here. It just, I don't want to blame it for my issues. I mean, that wouldn't be fair. I think its intended purpose, is probably 5 stars. So, I think it does what it's supposed to do. It's adjustable, and that's cool. It's well made. So I guess, maybe I give other people's reviews less than 5 stars because other folks say, oh my God, it's a miracle. It solved my oil leak or my oil blow by that I was getting. Not technically blow by, oil coming out of your breathers, as is kind of inherent with performance setups. It's helped. It hasn't solved my issues. But I would definitely run one of these. I would say if I was going to tell you whether you should get it or not, I would say yeah, because it is customizable to your setup versus most other PCV valves. There are different ones out there, but most of them are kind of built for the stock setup. And for us performance folks, you need something that's a little bit more adjustable. So, positive review in general. I'd say it's a good product. It's well made. They give you decent instructions. It wasn't hard to figure out. My recommendation is anybody that's building any kind of a performance setup, I think it's a good idea to run one of these. So any other questions, just I get folks that do send me comments or send me emails. It happens somewhat frequently. So you feel free to contact me, for if you have any other questions about their product or my experience with it.